Hello, everybody. One more minute. No, it's live now. Why wouldn't we be early?
Hello.
Hello, everybody. How is everyone doing today? How is it going, Artemis and Cookie and Oliver? I want to be praised from a new perspective. That's unique, I guess. maybe it hasn't gone live. Some of these chats are just out there. I don't know if you're able to see them. You know what? There's a good reason. Oh, you know what? While I'm thinking about it, let me get our stream avatars working. Yes, hello, Leslie. And do we even have that? Yes, I do. All right. Should be starting here momentarily. Alice, hello. Shoto Todoroki, hello. Brandy, hello. Mochi Animations, hi. How's it going? How is everyone doing today? You guys doing good? Dad joined my potato cult? No. I have a strict thing against joining cults. Not after the last one.
You have to call it something else.
Yeah, okay, like, maybe, oh, right, because it's in the foreground. There we go. Oh, God. Hold on.
Here comes the sky.
Disconnect. No, it's the login details. Like, it's only on Twitch right here. And YouTube, connecting to YouTube. Days, I have to tell you something. Every day. Our beloved Kettle is here. Am I the Kettle? I don't know.
Oh no.
What's Kettle?
Please. Don't do this to me.
If you guys can't tell, I am being joined today by Sensory VA Audios.
Hello.
Who does the smart thing of including VA in their name. I once asked a self-professed voice actor manager, and I said, am I missing out by not including VA in my name? And they said yes, like unequivocally, yes. And I said, thank you. I'm not changing my branding, but still, thank you for being so certain.
At least now I know I'm messing it up.
Yeah. I mean, like, look, I'm going to double down either way. It's going to happen sooner or later. Like, I'm going to make some bad decisions, but that's how we get here. That is how we are here at The Friendly Experience, the best ASMR podcast on YouTube. By the way, I still hold that title. I know some other people enjoy ASMR, do ASMR, even do podcasts, but I still think mine's the best. And that's my branding. And today I am talking with Sensory VA, who has been on YouTube for how many years? I always think it's years. Every person I talk to is years. Is it months? Weeks.
The middle of August was a year.
For over a year.
Yeah,
that is amazing. And then, so is that why you chose to do the the donation-a-thon? The donation?
Yeah, the donathon.
Donathon, right.
The anniversary.
That makes more sense. Quick question. What got you started doing ASMR on YouTube?
That is the question. I started by listening to, like, not what typically people would listen to, I assume, because, you know, the boyfriend audios is the most popular thing. But I really like the audio dramas. Like, Escaped Audios was, like, one of my big things. I loved Escaped Audios. I love Good Boy Audios. And, like, Nomad's Tales. They're all, like, big lore-heavy channels, which is what I aspired my channel to be. And that's how I got to where I am now. I'm just, like, following their example with my own story.
So you said Good Boy Audios. That's actually the first time I think I've heard that name. So do they do like long form drama, like building up a universe in the same way that you do?
Yeah, he does. He's got way more content than me. He's been doing it longer, and he's very talented. I've actually had him in one of my videos. That was cool. He's gonna play a replayable character, or he's gonna come back multiple times to play the same character, and his range is crazy. I always look for voice actors that have crazy range.
That is awesome. Yeah, like Good Boys, like that's a really cool name. So you just think like it's gonna be soft, but you're saying like he has He has like the
Yeah, but it's this
commanding.
crazy like drama, like insane fighting stories. His name is Good Boy Audios, but he has like these insane dramatic like stories with demons and everything in it.
Oh man. So that actually brings me to something that I've been curious about for a long time. People that are able to do like fights in their audios. Like, what is your inspiration for like doing choreographed fights in the audio? Like, is it just like you have some sound effects and you kind of worked it out, or is it just written into the story? Like, here is a parry, here is a thrust.
I It depends on what's happening because I've done multiple fight scenes in when I'm editing, and I edit like a madman. I'll post like pictures of my editing program all the time where I'm like, here's how many sounds I have in this one part, and it's like 70 sounds. um, if it's like a big fight scene, yeah, I'll have the ambient sound, but also whatever's happening in the foreground.
Mm-hmm.
So usually there's like fighting, like punctuate. Like I use the swords to punctuate sentences usually because I don't want as loud clang in between words.
Oh yeah, that
So
definitely makes sense.
yeah, there's a lot of messing with things to make sounds work in an audio space where it's only audio. Even though I do the artwork, but it's more like an extra thing. You don't have to have the artwork.
Mm-hmm. Um, so you talked about the software you use, and I don't recognize it. What is it? Is it? I mean, it's not Audacity. That's what I use personally.
No, I do record in Audacity, but I edit in DaVinci Resolve.
DaVinci
It
Resolve, the free video editing software.
it's so easy to edit. I tried to edit in Audacity once and I did not know what I was looking at. But like it's just so easy to edit in DaVinci Resolve. Everything is just laid out and you can easily Google something if you don't know it.
That is crazy. I might have to pick that up because every time I'm doing layered sounds in Audacity, it's like adding one new sound adds like two tracks for the stereo, and then adds like it just takes up so much screen real estate. And it would be
Yeah.
so nice not to have to deal with that.
I'll have to show I could show you later. Like I could do like a quick rundown and be like, look, this is how easy it is. I show it off to everybody. I'm like, just use this. It's free and it's easy.
That is well, and is a pro tip to anyone else starting out. And speaking of starting out, how long from starting in August of last year to did it take to get partnered?
Oh, I had like this big problem when I was trying to get partnered. Like it made me go in circles for a while, and it was like telling me to do something that I had already done, and it took me probably a few months just to get through that.
Hmm.
So I think it was like 5 months. No, it was probably like 3 months, 3 or 4 months after I started.
That's heinous. That's crazy, and that's like then they're just like forcing you to leave money on the table at that point, right? Because you're still making audios, and you're going back and forth with YouTube, and they're just like, oh, we need more paperwork here.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was something stupid too, like verify this. I'm like, again? Like I did that.
Oh man, but keeping your cool and continuing on is definitely an admirable point because I don't know. I think if I had been delayed like that, I would have just been refreshing my email all the time. I wouldn't be able to think about making something new.
um, I I was never really doing it for the money anyways, so it wasn't that big of a deal for me. And even now, it's not like I make a crazy amount because I don't upload like very often because it takes so long to make anything.
It is for the passion. That is one of the things that probably sets you apart. Is this is more of a creative outlet than a business for you. This is just like you have that need to share your creativity, and this is like the audio visual form of that, right?
Yeah, I do, and I do love the fact that people are like willing to give me any kind of monetary value for it because I did do it because I was like, this will be fun. And then people just happened to enjoy it. And I was like, perk. And like, of course, I did monetize it, but someone actually asked me to. They were like, do you have like a PayPal or something I can donate to? And I was like, I guess I could do that. And then I started doing the Patreon. I did my merch store and like Fourth Wall, which is
Mhm.
so cool. I love when people send me pictures of merch that they've got. I'm like, this is crazy.
What
That's my
is
character.
so? What is fourth wall?
It's a merch store. It's like super easy. You just like set it all up and you can have it to where it shows merch below your YouTube videos.
Hmm.
So if you click on one of my YouTube videos and scroll down, it'll show like some of my merch and then it'll take you there and it takes care of everything. All you have to do is make the merch and then people can order it and you don't have to do anything else. It just
That's
it auto sends it to them and no one knows anyone's information or anything. It's great.
That's amazing. Yeah, I don't know. Like I never feel like I would do good with merch, but it is really cool to hear when it is successful. Yeah, I looked
You don't
into
think people would do merch for you? You're crazy.
no. Nayland is amazing, and they made a little doll that is just adorable. It is like this tiny like proof of concept thing. Well, I mean it's just it is a stuffed doll, and it may come up here in the little scroll I have of fan art and stuff. But like that was like the first time I ever thought like, oh, maybe someone wants something like that. I mean, my character has no hands or legs or feet. Like you are as an artist, you've got that that flair. Like you, I'm sure was it is it like shirts or stickers or how's that go?
Yeah, there's hoodies. People have bought Alpha. There's a bunch of stuff on there, but people have bought hoodies, mugs, stickers, magnets. I know someone's gonna buy a flag and do a whole routine with the flag.
Flag, that's
It,
amazing.
yeah, it's Russell. It's one of my characters, Russell. And they're gonna. It's like gonna have a whole routine with a song and everything. It's gonna be so great. I can't wait to see it.
Oh, that is really cool. So, let me explain to everyone here that is wonderful enough to show up to this interview style podcast. Sensory Audio VA has Sensory VA Audio, right?
All the parts are there. It's fine.
Yeah, it makes sense. Has a expansive universe and these interconnected stories, and she right. I didn't
Yeah, yeah,
ask ahead of time. Okay, so
it's fine.
she has also scripts for other people if they want to participate in that universe up on ASMR Script Haven. I believe I've seen a few, and it is just like this sprawling story. Um,
That's cool that you've seen them. I didn't know you'd seen them.
well, man, I'm refreshing that place like twice a day, always looking for some drama. So of course, yeah, I'm gonna see them. It is it's very few scripts escaped my sight, but even though
Fair.
I have been focusing more on doing improvs here of late.
Oh,
But
I could never improv, but with my stories how they are, I guess it makes sense.
yeah. So, do you have an overarching like plan for your stories? Like, do you have it like all planned? Is there a 5 year plan? Is there a 10 year plan?
That's funny you should say that because this story that I've adapted into the videos is like a branch, or it's not a branch. It's like an alternate universe of a story that me and a friend, Worthy Fool or Alfie, have been writing for almost 6 years now.
6 years?
So
How do you take turns writing a story?
well, we write the characters like together, and it's kind of like this back and forth role play story where we build this story with all these characters. I could not even tell you how many characters are in it, but probably over 50. And we've got this whole world map where we've made like this entire universe. And I was like, Alfie, can I make a YouTube channel with our lore? And he was like, sure. And now here we are.
That's incredible. I'm sure like a lot of people do like their own OCs and stuff, and the idea of one day turning that into an expansive universe is definitely an appealing one.
Yeah, it's way more fun than I thought it was gonna be. Like editing is the worst for me. That's
Oh
my
God,
least
it's so
favorite
bad.
part.
It is so very, very bad.
But like listening to it after I've edited it, I'm like, yes, that's so cool. I nerd out about my editing. I'll stream it on my Discord and be like, look, guys, I'm editing.
Oh man, I think I've streamed like editing once or twice just to keep myself honest. If I'm staying up like late on a Friday night and I'm editing, like half the time I'm catching up on chapters of Boruto, which is trash. That was a mistake. I should have
I
just
was
spent
gonna
that
say,
time editing.
why?
It was
Why
it,
would you do
they got
that?
like so deep into talk no jutsu. I had to like let it go. And then like on X, people are glazing Boruto in ways I never expected, where they're like, "Yay, hey, remember all that time we've all spent watching Naruto Shippuden, and it's 500 episodes? That wasn't a waste. No, it's totally cool. Boruto has redeemed it. No, it hasn't. No,
No,
no, it hasn't.
everything is bad.
It's so bad."
Just watch Naruto, watch Shippuden. Stop. You
I didn't even finish Shippuden. I tried to watch like
went
the
to
final fight.
Boruto.
Not only that, and it's the Momoshiki fight that got me to watch like 90 episodes of Boruto because I was like, I gotta understand the context. And it's like the old comic book geek inside of me that's like, oh, I gotta get the tie-ins and all the stories leading up to it. No one told me, no one explained that like so much of it is fluff, that there was an actual movie that came out before the series that like covered the same amount of time in 90 minutes.
Yep. Yep.
I
God, it's just bad. Like,
it is. It
I've
is.
heard so much about it because my husband is very much into Naruto. That's like one of his favorite animes ever. He's
Mm.
watched it in English multiple times and Japanese and read the manga. And then when Baruto came out, he just rags on it all the time and
So
tells
this
me
is
everything that's bad about it.
this is actually an interesting thing because I think you're the first person on the podcast I've talked to that's open about having a significant other. I want to say like the very first person, then the second person I talked to, it came out like later, and it just like they stopped making content. But what you do, it isn't like as dependent. So yeah, like Leslie here is surprised to hear that you're married,
I
and
am.
that you
He's
are.
actually been in one of my videos. Like he knows about it.
Oh really? Which video was he in?
The Shermoy and Ranger episode 3, he plays a demon character that was like originally like his character. Me and him made it for him. So
Oh, that's really cool. So it was like he got to play his OC. Oh my God. Hold
yeah,
on.
yeah.
I am so very sorry. I just realized that your audio has been probably throttled back quieter than mine this entire time because it's going through desktop. I
I
apologize to
It's
everyone.
not my fault.
No, it's not your fault. It is 100% mine. Pro interviewer.
Pro
Thank you.
interviewer. He's doing so
It's,
good.
you know what? There's 27 other people here. They could have caught it. They could have caught it. Anyway, so yeah, that's like really interesting. But I guess it's like it's not the same as the romantic fare that a lot of people do in ASMR for the role play. It is a lot more of dramatic kind of audio drama that's harkens back to the day of like old time radio, right?
There is a lot of I do have a lot of like wholesome content and like girlfriend audio stuff when it comes to the Southern Belle character,
Hmm.
because like that one became my most popular video and series very quickly, and any other video I post does not do as good as any of the Southern Belle videos that I post. So I post more of those with side episodes of like Southern Belle takes care of you when you're sick, or Southern Belle teaches you to cook. And I do that to like, of course, help number go up because I like to see the subscriber number go up. Even though I don't do it for money, I still want people to see my stuff.
Y'all don't
So I
understand
do
how
that.
powerful the green arrows are on
Hmm.
the YouTube studio.
Yeah, they make me happy. But like I said before, that Vampire X night series that I did for part 5, that episode had like 4 other awesome VAs in it, or I had 3 other awesome VAs in it and me. And then I spent like weeks editing it and doing art for it, and it got like barely any views, any like like any attention. And then that one that I posted recently, which was the Southern Belle
Hmm.
teaches you to cook, I did in one day and beat the views in a day. I was like, "Yep, all right, makes sense."
Oh, I know that pain so well. It's like I had this like summer arc thing planned with 4 different perspectives and a cruise ship, and I paid for art and editing and all this jazz. And like after the second one, I was like, this is not returning the numbers it needs to. I'm gonna have to shelve this for a little while, and it kills me on the inside. But I mean, that's the game, though, right? Like some things are to make numbers go up, some things are to expand your category. But with the Southern Belle, um,
Hmm.
do you think you brought freckles into the ASMR roleplay meta? Like, I just don't see it in other places. And maybe I'm not looking at enough like F for M ASMR roleplay, but I almost never see freckles on anyone.
No one has freckles. Oh man, the character I have for my PNG tour over here, Shermoy, is my oldest like character in my lore by far because I made her when I was like 14.
Hmm.
So I made her based on me at that time, where of course still now she still looks similar to me, you know, freckles, long hair, dark hair, brown eyes. But also, I just think that freckles are adorable. Like, why wouldn't you want to have
They
characters with freckles?
they are. But I never see, and I'm on Pinterest a lot when it comes to like picking out guys for thumbnails and stuff. Like freckles just doesn't seem to show up ever. And maybe it's I'm stuck in like some kind of manhwa like ever living nightmare that all the dudes are just like these pale white guys with black hair. But at the same time, it's like, man, it'd be nice. It'd be nice to have dudes with good freckles.
I
Need
do
more
have a
freckles.
dude character with freckles that hasn't come out yet, but I want to make a script for soon. And he's like a prince character with orange hair, and he's got sweet little freckles and green eyes, and he's gonna be cute. But like, why wouldn't you want freckles?
It's just not enough awareness. We gotta raise more freckle awareness, and that's what your channel is doing. So you mentioned the Southern Belle videos. Is that the series that kind of pushed you over the edge into like the 4,000 watch hours, 1,000 subscribers area?
Yeah, probably because I checked my analytics just yesterday to see what was doing the most numbers, like in view count currently.
Mm-hmm.
And the first episode for the Southern Belle for Delilah was in September of last year. So almost a year old now. And it still has the most views of the period, of the current period. And so it's at like 60K views right now, still going up.
Oh yeah.
So that's why I keep making videos for the Southern Belle. And I do love Delilah. I that is the only character I made post making my channel. I was like, I want to make a Southern Belle character, but I don't have one. So here comes Delilah. And I was like, a werewolf listener would be cool. So I gave it a werewolf listener.
It is awesome. I was it's a small tangent. I was trying to make a werewolf in Roblox earlier today in this game Dress to Impress. So it is cool to actually hear about werewolves twice in one day. It
Oh man.
maybe it's a gap in my own research. I should have looked around more. But I was oh man, I tell you what, I was so impressed by your Donathon rewards. that I
Oh
got
God.
flustered when you showed up in chat because where did what inspired this litany of fan servicey? Let's be honest here, fan servicey rewards to for the donathon.
So, my friend Abazor VA,
Mm.
started his channel a few months before mine, and we kind of like interacted because of a collab series, and we've become like pretty good friends like ever since then, and we hang out, and and he was doing a donathon for his anniversary, and a lot of the stuff that is on mine, I was like, oh, Abs, I'm gonna steal your ideas. He was like, sure, go for it.
So
And
in his there was the wet T-shirt, is what you're saying. Like
yes,
that's where the wet T-shirt came from.
the wet t-shirt one, and also the maid outfit one.
Mm.
And he's a muscular dude, and when he posted the maid outfit, it was the funniest thing. But then I was like, when I do this, it's gonna be less funny
You
and
know
more
what?
of a thirst trap.
It's possible. It is possible, but you know what? It worked, from what I understand. What was the final total?
I can't even remember, but it was like 1,500 ish, somewhere around there. But we hit the 1,000, which was the goal in the first 2 hours.
Yeah,
Like the
highly.
first donation was 300.
Whoa,
I was like, oh God.
that is amazing. And you know what? As a great community, a very strong community, and it also has to be like super engaged. Like that's not just like Southern Belle fans. That is
Oh
SAU
no.
fans right there.
Yeah, yeah, especially in the Discord. Like, of course, the majority of people are like, "Hey, I found your channel because of Delilah," but
Mhm.
I love all of the stuff that you do. Like, I went back and I watched all the things, and that's great. Like, that's what I kind of hope for, because obviously Delilah gets numbers, but maybe if someone watches Delilah, they'll be like, "I'm gonna check out this person's other things," so I make more, I make more Delilah stuff.
Well, have you thought about what it would be like to make a new character like similar to Delilah, but maybe I don't know, just like in the same kind of like girlfriend experience arena?
I actually was recording today of a new speaker, which is going to be a lower toned southern succubus character.
Really?
So it's like a demon succubus, but with a low southern bell, or a low southern toned voice. And I think it's going to do numbers.
Can we get a preview of what she sounds like?
Sure, sure, yeah. Hold on, I gotta drop the larynx for this one. Hello, darling. My name is Desiree. It's a pleasure to meet you. So that's Desiree.
That is, you know what? Let me just congratulate you early on your upcoming success. You know, of course, like
she she's a very flirty character, which makes sense because she's a succubus. And I was having so much fun writing the script.
I imagine so. That is something else. Um, moving on, not to be too hard of a pivot, just because like we know that like the whatever art you draw for the succubus is going to be fire, like
Oh, I've
all
already
together.
drawn
It's
it. Like,
yeah, yeah.
I've
We
already I've made emojis for her and everything.
emojis. Oh man, God, you are the triple threat there. You got the good support system. You got great voice acting and wonderful talent when it comes to art. You are incredible.
I'm gonna send you Desiree's artwork real quick
Oh
so you
God.
can see that. That's to be Desiree.
Oh wow. Oh, you know what? You had sent that as like a reaction emoji earlier,
I
and I
did,
hadn't
yeah.
recognized it. That is gonna they got a tail and horns that and hands.
And
They got
hands.
and hands.
Imagine.
Look, I mean, like, there's a little bit of business between the hands, but like they got hands.
It's not a business. Yeah, you're doing great.
Thank you. My question is, what advice, what sage advice would you give to beginners?
Oh, the same advice I give anyone that asks anything. They're like, "Oh, I wanna do voice acting, but I don't know if I can." And I'll be like, "You know what? Yeah, just do it." That's the only thing that I can say because that's what I did. I was like, "Hey, babe, I want to do this voice acting thing. I'm gonna buy a $40 mic. Is that okay?" And he's like, "Sure." And that's how I started. And now I have a sound booth built in the corner with a $300 mic in it.
A sound booth? Okay, no, wait. What? A sound booth?
Yeah, me and him built a frame with a sound booth, and it's got like curtains on it with all the padding inside and the standing mic inside.
Oh, ooh, and what kind of mic did you get?
I have a what is this? A Yeah, NT2A Rode mic.
Oh, NT2. I don't think I've ever heard of that one.
It is very nice. I asked on Good Boy Audio's server one day. I was like, "Hey, does anyone know what Escaped or Good Boy Audio's use as a mic?" And Escaped replied like immediately. It was like, "This is what I use. This is the audio interface I use."
Hmm.
And he sent me all the links, and I was like, "Bet!" And I bought it immediately.
Yeah, I never actually thought about including like the price of the interface when I talk about the mic. Although at this point, like I have links in my audios. No one asks, but and I came up with this brilliant. It's like, yeah, let's do referral links one of these days. And now Amazon actually is like, maybe someone went shopping with them afterwards, and to claim like $2.03 or something, I gotta submit my information and just I mean, I'll get around to it. I'll get around to it, Amazon. But maybe do a better job putting these mics on sale so that more people can enjoy the Rode and NT2A. NT2A, is that's what you have? I have an
um,
NT1A, which
let me
is
see.
I
Yeah,
didn't know there was like a
NT2A.
2 version.
Yeah, I have the box up there on my shelf, but it's dark in here, so I had to turn my flashlight on my phone. But yeah, it works great. I don't know how much the interface was. The mic was like 350, and then the interface was probably like 100 something. So
Whoa.
I
And
went all in whenever this started to work out. I was like, sure, get me a better mic.
you know what? I support that. When I started making money from the channel, I was like, okay, it would be dumb of me not to just reinvest that into a good mic because it's like, you know, that's that's the what people want to hear. They want to hear, um, like clearer sound, better audio. And if they're going to be suffering through ads, we might as well reward that with better equipment.
Yeah, I do turn off ads for like mid rolls. I turn off the mid rolls, and
Really?
yeah,
Why?
I don't want them on. I don't want an ad starting in the middle of my fight scene or something, or Delilah talking to you. I don't know, and it doesn't bother me. Like I said, I don't do it for the money.
Well, I understand. It's just like the way that the ads are placed are kind of like one of those. Okay, let me walk it back. Have you ever gone to one of your videos and see like the little heat map where it shows where people replay and
Hmm.
what parts are like listen to the most? Well, like usually like in the dip between like when the replays something like that, that is where an ad would go. It never like really overlaps with a word. It it
No,
goes
yeah,
into like one of those areas, and especially when you're doing like drama. Like I understand people that do things that like kind of meant to calm you down or get you to sleep, and then you don't want like an ad interrupting that. But like for a dramatic story, I'm just
I just
surprised.
I never wanted it. I never was like, man, this sucks. I should turn these on. I every time I'm like, nope, I don't want this on, and I scroll by. I do it with my streams too. I don't want ads during my streams because I
Oh
don't want stuff stopping in the middle. So I turn those off too.
yeah, the turning off in the ads on the stream like that's usually like pennies on the dollar. But I don't know. I don't know.
I
I
mean,
I can't evangelize mid-roll ads enough. And like every once in a while I get someone saying it's like, oh, it's too many ads. And that usually is when someone doesn't like click away or click the skip button, and they just like get bombarded with ads. And then I'll be like, oh, there's YouTube Premium like that for someone that is interested in that. But you know what? That is my piece. I'll leave it there.
And I mean, it
I'm
is fair too, though. Like I've actually had multiple people tell me that they put my audios on to go to sleep, and I'm like, really? Okay, sure, thanks. I appreciate that, but like, why?
maybe it's something familiar. God, when I was young, I used. Oh my God. God, I told this story to someone recently, and I had to explain like three different technologies when it came to it. Okay. First of all, are you familiar with the Thundercats?
Yes, of course.
Okay. First episode, they released a record with a reading of the storybook version, and it had like narration, and it had the original voice actors with it. I'm old. I'm 40 years old. Some people may not know that. I talk about it very openly, being as old as I am now. And my parents recorded that to a tape, and that's what I used to fall asleep to. Like I think it like, and if anything, it's just the familiar that people like when they fall asleep to it. So
That is true.
that's probably what
Yeah.
they're talking about.
I mean, I'm 28 and I'm open about my age too. I don't care. That's how old I am. But and I when I was growing up, I didn't have like television or anything because I
Mm.
grew up on a poor farm with a divorced mother and an older brother, and then later a younger brother with my grandma next door. So we had not a lot of money, but we had DVDs, and we would rent things from like Blockbuster and Hastings. And we would watch stuff on repeat. And when I went to bed, I would always put on like one of my familiar movies, and that's how I went to sleep.
So wait. So like that was a lot of lore.
That was a lot
Sensory
of lore.
VA audios. Growing up on a farm without TV, without just like regular TV.
Yeah, we didn't have
What
cable
kind
or
of
internet.
farm?
It's just like a small farm. My
Like
grandma
vegetable
like
farm?
I don't know, animals. We had like chickens and some cows and horses, and one time we had llamas for a while. Uh, a lot of different poultry. It's mostly just a bunch of different kinds of poultry, and
Mhm.
then pigs. A lot of pigs. They have like small gardens, but it was just mostly for us. The animals was kind of what we would sell and stuff.
Oh wow. And what
So
is it?
yeah,
This is in Texas, right? Like
yeah.
because I saw on your X bio that you're in Texas, and this is like rural Texas. And oh man, it's hard to believe like that is still like part of what, well, like a lot of people would think is like the developed world kind of situation that someone can grow up in, and all the way here. Like, you know, when was the first time you saw YouTube?
I would go to my grandma's house, and she had internet because I didn't have internet at my house
Mm.
for a long time. Like I don't even remember when we first got it, but she had like dial up, and when and I would go over there and watch YouTube. Probably when I was like 14 or 15 is probably when I first encountered YouTube.
So 14 years ago, 2010. 2010.
Yeah, probably.
Wow. Well, there's some people in here that are probably like born in 2010. So like they
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Oh.
try not to think about it. You know, like there are constantly like um oh God, because like I had to tell myself, it's like, remember, last 5 years are what's relevant, and everything after the last 5 years is maybe someone's like childhood when you're talking. And like it's coming close. We're coming close to the point where COVID is gonna be like someone's childhood
Oh,
that they don't remember that well already. And
yeah.
it's only been like 4 years. Like it's on the cusp of that.
You can stop stabbing me in the back anytime. No, but like anyone who's born in the 2000s isn't real. That's what my brain tells me.
Oh my God, that is harsh. That's harsh.
I'm,
That someone could be born right after 9/11, and be 23 now.
yep. my younger brother is like 15, and it still is like, nah. Like, yeah, stop growing up. I changed your diapers.
Oh, that's very sweet. I've been having a little bit of the baby fever here recently. Just like the little kids' laughter. It gets me every time. But God, I would not want to change diapers. I don't ever want to see that again. I've done it a few
Uh,
times for my niece and nephew, and no, that's enough. And
yeah,
the idea that they're
I
just
had
I
to
would
do it a
put them
lot.
in. Oh, what?
I had to do it a lot because my mom was a single mom and she had to work. So I was
Oh man.
babysitting.
So you've already raised kids.
Yes, I raised my baby brother for like a lot of his younger life.
Well, that's a heck of an accomplishment. That's even more impressive than this YouTube stuff.
I don't know about that. I
Well,
was just there. I had an older brother too. Like,
yeah, but it's I think you said brothers and like you didn't mention any sisters, did you?
nah, I just have two brothers.
Okay. So I mean, like let's be honest here. Like it usually falls to a more female role.
Yeah,
Do
he
you
was like he was always doing other things anyway.
yeah. Now, do you find that any of that experience like helped you either through like patience or through like being able to deal like with comments and stuff like that? Do you think like that experience helped you inform
Like
like how you deal with your audience?
with my audience comments, I have gotten 1.5 negative comments my whole entire like YouTube channel.
No,
Yeah.
what?
One was on my April Fool's video where one person went crazy upset about it, and then all my friends heckled them in the comments. And then one was like, I upset that the listener wasn't doing anything. And I was like, well, that's kind of by design. So
Yeah,
get over that. And then everything else is so nice. Everyone is so happy and so like, oh, that was so cool. Thank you. And I love Delilah mostly.
that's great. Oh man, I think it's just like one of those deals like eventually like there'll be people that just like kind of lose it in the comments, and I stopped sharing it and on with my friends on Discord because I don't want them to get bullied because it's like really it's just someone that like reacts strongly to your video, and like having a strong reaction like that's like special in and of itself. And now if it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
an entitled one, it's different. But someone that feels like, oh well, I wish the listener had done this. Like they had that connection with it.
Oh, yeah. Because a lot of my stuff is heavily listener inclusive. I think that they were like, man, because they were specifically upset that the ranger, quote unquote, character
Mhm.
didn't do anything that a ranger would do. And I was like, okay, but the speaker character is very controlling, so that's kind of the point. I'm sorry. I'm you're upset for a reason.
Yeah.
She wouldn't let you do anything. That's the point.
So are they like when they say ranger, like are they talking like Robin Hood or are they talking like Aragorn, the like the 80-year-old non-human dude from Lord of the Rings?
Something more akin to like just someone who uses a bow and survives in nature
Mm.
kind of character. As that's the listener for my Shermoy character.
Ah.
Because I have
So-
multiple listeners across the the channel.
Well, yeah, because like all the stories aren't just like one listener experiencing a bunch of different stuff. Like it's kind of like this well, like you said, multiple listeners in this case. My question is, let's say tomorrow you're starting from scratch. What would you do? What would you do differently?
Do I still have my current hardware?
Yeah. Yes. Well, I
Okay.
mean, no, no. Let's be honest here. It's a hurricane has come by and blown everything over, and the tornado picked up the pieces and scattered them all over.
Great.
Across the border. You
Well,
got nothing. What is your plan for start? Like, what would you do differently?
well, first I'd cry for 45 minutes.
Mm, mm,
And then I don't know, I would definitely probably learn how to edit better because I physically cannot go back and listen to my old videos.
No, what?
They're like when I started and I was like, oh my god, this is terrible. I couldn't listen to it. I want to go back and re-record them and re-release them because they're so bad.
You should. You should. Like covering your old stuff. Like there are people that have not heard it yet, and I always think that it's worth giving it a shot.
I do want to. If I didn't throw myself into a million projects at once, I probably would. Because I have on my computer right now, I have 6 different scripts open that I'm writing and or working on.
How do you keep them straight? Do you like keep the pictures up or something, or you embed them into the documents so that you know who is who, or is it just having the name is enough?
Nah, I just know like because this one's a new series that I'm starting. I know that one. This one's a new fill that I'm starting. This one's Desiree script, so of course I'm working on that one. This is Patreon scripts, and then this one's just a bunch of shorts. All the Delilah shorts that are just
Hmm.
side episodes, I put in one giant folder or one giant file.
Oh, that's really cool. So for your shorts strategy, it is actually like side stories with characters.
Yeah, so far it's just Delilah because all the other ones are in like this big arc that has to continue. But the Delilah one is like you live on this farm with Delilah, and that's like where we are right now. And we're allowed to go off and do little side stories because there's not this big important thing happening. All the other stories have this big important thing happening.
Hmm. So now that you mentioned like Delilah on this farm, like how much is the story of Delilah like informed by your childhood?
I guess a lot of it, but I guess I never thought about it being informed by my childhood, but because it was just that was just what my childhood was doing farm stuff. But it never really clicked with me that people wouldn't have the same outlook. I'd just be like, oh yeah, I gotta go out and throw hay. That's just a normal thing. Gotta go chop wood. That's just a normal thing. People are like, oh yeah, let's go chop wood. I'm like, no, it sucks.
Well, they see like the short TikToks where like it's someone looking at a piece of wood, sizing it up, and then one strike and it's done.
If you're good at it, yeah, it is. I mean, you can do that. If you don't do that, you actually did it wrong.
With your current YouTube, you talked about how your latest video had exceeded the views of the previous one, and like in the first day. How do you gauge if a video is successful?
If it's got Delilah in it. Not even kidding. I have not had one Delilah video that does bad. But I mean, the only ones that have done bad, I don't I don't know. I guess none of them have done quote unquote bad. They're just not good. Like my blooper videos don't do well, but that's cuz they're blooper videos.
Yeah. Well, I
They're just
mean,
for
the
fun.
question is more about like not necessarily looking at it in the frame of a negative, right? But like, let's say you do 5 Delilah videos, and the last 5 Delilah videos are ranked against each other, and like, what is you're about to press that publish button on it or schedule it to go live, and like you have like a certain expectation, like you think like, oh, if this does X number in the first 4 hours, like that's a good trajectory, and I can kind of just like shut off the app for the rest of the day.
Ah, yes, because the habitual watching of the YouTube studio is very real.
There has to be something like where it's going good, and you can just like turn it off and be like, okay, I can just assume that it'll be good for the rest of the day, or like the weekend. I don't know. Do you have a schedule for? Well, you said like it was more sporadic, right?
There's definitely not a schedule. I couldn't if I had a schedule, I would burn out so fast and I would not have made it this far.
It's so real.
I wouldn't be able to stick to it. I'd just pressure myself and then be like, "Well, I failed the schedule and I'm a failure."
No.
No, but the for if it's doing good, if it hits like a 1,000 views for me, then like in around a day, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, it's doing pretty good. When they do better than that, I'm like, oh, look at it go.
Oh yeah. Well, this okay. Now I'm curious. Because I don't think I ever like properly thanked you then for your work on the evil stepmother-in-law
Ah,
series.
yes.
Because I don't know if you saw like what ultimately it became. I I don't know. It's I think it's may have passed 100K at some point.
I did see that because I have all the videos that feature me in a playlist on my channel, and I, I saw yeah, it's at 241K
Oh,
views right now.
okay. It's I, you know what the thing is like if I sort by views, I just had to scroll for like a long. And you know what? It sounds dumb coming out of my mouth. Never mind, but it is good that you're able to find out the answer.
Yeah, I just went to the playlist on my channel. But yeah, that was I saw when it hit I think 80, and I was like, holy cow, it's going.
Did you get anyone like discovering the channel through that? Like, I don't know, like, if collaborations always have that like knockdown effect. People always
Uh,
speak like highly of doing it in like YouTube circles, but like for audio role plays, I don't even know if it's like the similar kind of thing.
I actually don't know if I did because I don't know how to check. I guess I'd have to check the day it was posted and then check the my analytics, but I haven't checked that. I should. I'd be curious. But when it comes to collabs, I I seek out collabs very often. I'm like, hey, I would love to be a part of anything you're doing just because it is the most fun that I can do doing what I'm doing, doing the VA stuff. I love doing collabs. All I have to do is record and then send it. I don't have to edit.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes. I know. I think I've said okay to a few collabs. I just haven't been provided a script for them yet, and I need to follow up to make sure that those happen because just doing the recording is like honestly the funnest part. And the thing is like I put out two a week, and it's going to be like Friday for like the third time in a row that I'm finally recording. But it's like the second I start speaking into the mic and I hear myself and I've got this stuff ahead of me is like it is this great feeling. Now, the lead up to that point, I'm like, I don't got it. I have no idea what I'm doing.
I
I'm
don't
gonna.
got it.
I have no clue what's going on. So like, I'm at the point where I turn on the mic, I'm just gonna like blank out. I'm gonna stare at it for like 2 hours, and nothing's gonna happen. But it's.
The
I
words
assume,
don't come out.
yeah, I assume everyone gets nervous when they're about to record. Do you have a way of preparing before you record?
I actually don't get nervous when I go to record. I get nervous when I go to post. I'll sit there and stare at the publish button and then frantically go over like all the details like okay, is everything spelt right because I have dyslexia
Hmm.
and I frantically freak out when things are misspelled and that like triggers my anxiety, so I'm always checking everything and I'm just staring at the publish button like just press the button and then I force myself to press it and then I leave the tab so I can't do anything else.
So, you're not doing like scheduling in advance kind of thing. It's just as soon as it's finished editing, you're ready to push it out the door.
Oh, I do premiere it because I like to see people in the premieres. Uh, I usually will when I finish editing, I'll set it to premiere the next day
Hmm.
at like sometime in the morning. But I always just like to see how many people show up for the premiere because that kind of gauges how well the audio is going to do almost because of how many people stay to
Yeah.
the end. The highest one was definitely when I had like 60 people in a premiere.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
I was like, that where who are you people? Like say something.
Well, it's
And that
they're
was
your listeners.
yeah. That was the falling for your Southern Belle episode. So it was like one, two, three, four. It was like the fourth episode of that series that had the most people show up.
That's really cool. Do you use your audience tab in the YouTube studio to gauge what time you premiere?
I do not. I just be premiering it.
What? I know, like, it tells you that it's like, hey, it doesn't really matter what time you post or what time you premiere. It's gonna like all average out anyway. But like, there's a chart in your analytics that will break down the week and tell you when most of your audience is online
Yeah, and it's for me. It looks like it's around 4.
in the afternoon.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
yeah, I guess that would clash with how you do premieres.
I mean, I could try premiering one around 4.
I'm telling you, like that's you're casting the widest net when you do it.
Yeah, I'll try that next time. That'll the next one will probably be the Desiree script, so that'll be fun.
Ooh, yeah. And then you can say like I called it, you know. It won't be because you just like spent all this time creating amazing art for this new character and scripting out a succubus. It'll be 100% because like I said bump it to the afternoon. And I'm
Yeah,
going to
it's all
take credit.
because of
Yeah,
UTC. Take credit.
exactly.
Oh, God, that's fine. I'm okay with it. I'll credit you.
Thank you. Thank you. What is it
I-
what is it like having such a devoted fan base?
um, kind of surreal, I guess. Especially when I'm hanging out in call in my Discord server, and then someone goes, "Hey Ash," or usually Ash, but sometimes Sensory. "Hey Ash, I want to ask you a question about so and so," and I'm like, "Shoot!" And it's always has to do about the lore or something, and I'm like, "Man, that is the funnest thing ever, answering questions about the world or the lore." It's not just like something about Delilah when they're like in the greater world space,
Yeah.
and that just shows that people have interest. And then like the comments that I get of people that have said they have journals keeping track of my lore, I'm like, holy crap.
Journals.
Yeah,
Oh
whole
my
journals.
goodness.
And I'm like, you keep notes, what are you doing?
It's fantastic. Do they post pictures? Do they share it?
No, they haven't shared it, they just told me about it.
Oh, that is special. That is amazing. You have Patreon, correct?
Yeah, I do.
And what is it like running a Patreon? Is it like in parallel to the channel, or is it like is it an early access kind of deal?
No, it's uh just where I post spicy audios.
God
It's
damn
like
it!
it's
I
its
did
own
not
thing.
know.
Yeah, it's what it is.
Oh
I let
Jesus!
people
I
vote
should
on
not
it.
have. I should have researched that one.
Yeah.
But you okay? So as a married woman with a spicy Patreon, what is that conversation like?
He tells me it's okay because I'm the one that gets to have you. And I'm
Hmm,
like, yeah, you're right.
let's see here. $5 tier. This is. I am not trying to sign up right now. Look,
he's
it is.
he's just doing research, everybody.
It is just research. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh, and it's Delilah based. Is that what I'm kind of picking up here? There's a Naga girlfriend. Oh my
I let
goodness.
people vote. I
Oh, the
let people
vapors.
vote.
Oh, the vapors.
I let people vote on what's gonna happen. Like I have a vote of like 3 or 4 or 5 options, and
Mhm.
then whatever wins goes. And typically it's Delilah.
I'm sorry. I gotta ask about this one. Um, who's Pooch?
That is the listener for Delilah.
Ah, okay. All right. Look,
That's the
that's
listener nickname. Yeah.
that's better than I expected. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, because Delilah talks like this, and when Delilah addresses the listener, she calls him Pooch.
That sounds right. That sounds right. Yeah, that tracks. That tracks, yeah. If anyone would like to, for science, of course, strictly for
For
science,
science.
check out Sensory VA Audio's the most popular tier, the $10 tier, gets you access to not safe for work audios. And
Yep, 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 yep.
yeah, looks like it's the one to go. I'm not going to jail. How dare you? How dare y'all? Okay.
On
I'm gonna close out of that real
I
quick.
also do like modern AU stuff on the Patreon because if that's voted on. But on my channel, I did a short for the Naga girlfriend where it was like like an entry short for the Patreon, just because I really liked how the editing worked. I nerded out about the editing to the beginning of the audio, so I posted it on YouTube.
Well, that's interesting because I see like a lot of creators will often do this deal where it's like the first X amount of minutes are available on YouTube and then the rest is available on Patreon. Is that something that you've thought of doing, or is it just like that's too much when
I
it comes
have
to?
Yeah, I have done that actually. I do have a couple of videos that are Patreon previews, and it does say it
Mhm.
um, like on the video. Like this one, "Fun in the Barn," is Patreon preview, and I only do a Patreon preview if it has like relevant lore that someone who doesn't have Patreon would miss out on. And like
Really?
yeah, and like the drunken evening episode has two sections that I had to cut out for YouTube, one in the middle and one at the end.
Mhm.
And I posted all everything else on YouTube so that everyone could see the lore bits, but then they, if you want to see the rest of it, it's there. But like I don't want anyone to miss out on lore because there's like a paywall.
That's
Patreon
really
is just extra.
yeah, a lot extra. It's
Yeah, yeah.
and so you say okay, so you mentioned earlier that like YouTube is not like the main moneymaker. Um
Hmm.
let's do
Patreon is
percentages
the
here. So like compared to and I've heard it as much as 90 sometimes. Compared to like how much you get from YouTube versus Patreon, like what is the factor there? Is it like 50% Patreon, 50% YouTube? Is it one more than the other?
uh, that would mean I'd have to check my YouTube to see how much I actually make. Because I actually don't know. I've made my first month on Patreon. I made more on Patreon than I did in all of my time on YouTube. So
Very, very nice. That's
definitely the Patreon. And if I put so much effort and time into my YouTube, is the only reason I really started a Patreon. I was like, man, I gotta get some time or some kind of money to keep me going in this,
yeah.
and I don't mind doing the Patreon.
Yeah, it's
So
like one
there you go.
subsidizing the other. That does make a lot of sense there.
Yeah.
And so with merch in the mix, um, like what fraction of the business is that?
I haven't been on fourth wall in months, so we're gonna have to figure that out too. Fourth wall. I haven't even pulled out money from fourth wall yet. I was just like, go for it. If I need money later, I'll check it out
What if
and see
fourth
if
wall
I
goes
have
under?
funds. Well, it's been going for a long time. I think it's fine.
Oh, okay.
Uh, I've made a total. Is this the total? Not, not, not just this. I think it's like $80. No,
Oh,
104
104.
dollars.
That's pretty cool.
Where it's just like people buying stuff, and that's just some money I can pull out if I need something. And most of the money that I make, like my main job, is my commission work, and I focus on that. I focus on commission work before my audios or videos because that's what I have to do to make the most amount of money to survive on bills and everything.
Hmm.
And then when I'm not working on commissions, I'm working on audios.
That's really cool. So like this while the money that you make is somewhat nebulous and comes and goes, this is your form of employment. Like this is how you are gainfully employed.
Yeah, well, my commissions or
Well, like the sensory VAU, like the in general, all of it, like it all falls under this
I
branding.
am my own boss, if that's what you mean. I don't
Yes,
have like a 9 to 5 or anything. I just make
nice.
my own stuff and I monetize myself.
Well, that's really cool. How do you so is it like I've heard like different strategies for advertising commissions. Is that just something that comes up as an option under Patreon, or is that something that's promoted a different way?
Well, I was doing art commissions way before I started audios on YouTube.
Hmm.
And I have like a small a cult following in my art circle that is separate from my audio circle. And they basically just keep me afloat because they just keep coming back.
I understand why. Like you got all these people that come to your videos, people that love your art, and now people that love your voice. Amazing. Amazing. I hope that no tornado ever comes your way. Possibly, possibly with your homeowner's insurance. Maybe you take some pictures, make sure it's included. A lot of people skimp out on homeowner's insurance. It's very cheap. It's very cheap.
Yeah, this house was built in the 40s, so I probably should.
Yeah. It'd definitely be worth it. Just take the time. So,
Okay, Dad.
with you, so you have a cult following, you have your art circle, you have your YouTube circle. How do you handle like parasocially, like relationships, when it seems like someone's really trying to like zero in on you?
I've only had one guy get like uncomfortably like parasocial, I guess. Because I'm pretty friendly. Like I'll just chat and hang out with people in my Discord. Like if you want to hang out, I'll be in there, you know. But if you're trying to get me to do specific things like he was, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to block you if you don't stop. And I gave him a warning,
Hmm.
and he didn't stop, so I blocked him, and then I kicked him from the Discord, and I muted him, I think, on YouTube and everything. So that's all. That's I gave the warning, and then I did the thing,
That's
and then
very good.
like he started bothering other people too. So I was like,
Oh,
I gotta do it.
yeah, yeah. Did you get the chance to turn one of their voice memos into a notification? I recommend that. I find it very funny. But
I didn't get any voice memos, so that's good.
so you do all this editing. And one of the things that I find interesting is like how sound effects are put into the audios. Do you do like do you have like canned kissing sound effects, or is that something that you do into the mic?
Oh no, I do it into the mic.
Do you have like a technique for that?
Oh yeah, you just ball the hand up like a little fist, make it like a little mouth, and you make out with it.
Okay, but I'm looking at my fist right now, and it's like, where's the mouth part?
Just punch yourself in the face; it'll work.
Okay, I don't. Should I like put some lipstick on my thumb or something? Like where like maybe like is there like an eye on each knuckle? How is this? Like
You know, if the lipstick is what it does for you, then go
I'm
for it.
just curious where the mouth is. You say make it like a mouth. I'm like, what mouths are you experiencing? Is my question here.
I'm. It's just a terrible representation, but it makes the correct sounds, so it
Hmm.
works.
I don't know. Like it's kind of echoey for me.
I don't know. It works
Am I
fine for
not
me,
using
but
enough tongue on my mouth? No,
maybe
tongue on my hand.
maybe you're not. Add a little bit of tongue to your mouth, UTC. God,
What is
that's the
that?
point.
Was that from y'all side?
The squeak is my 40-year-old or my house from the 40s pipes that are really old.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Mwah. Mm.
you you're
I'm
doing your best.
I am trying to
Do you want
learn.
me to try?
No, I
Do
don't
you
think
want
it
me to
really
do the
like you
sound?
can't kiss my hand. Like that doesn't make sense. It's
Not your fucking not your hand. My hand. I was like I could do an example if
no.
you like.
I think I'm good. Do you do any practical sound effects like, you got your booth and you got the guy who's not doing his ranger stuff, but like, do you ever think like I could bring a bow in here and kind of like thunk like the thing like next to the mic?
I do have a bow up there on my shelf, along with a bunch of other weapons,
Why
but
why not? Why not?
I have a weapon collection. Don't mind me.
Mm,
Um, I don't make a lot of my own sounds because I pay for Epidemic Sounds, and they have like everything that I need. And I've paid for Epidemic Sounds ever since I made like my first video. I was like, I need something with sounds, and I committed to it.
yeah.
So I've just been using that. But the only thing that I make practically is like Patreon sound stuff
Oh,
because you
uh,
can't I can't find anything that works well for that.
yeah. Let's see here. I got a few personal experience. Covered that. You actually have like a wide range of voices. Is that something that you've always had, or do you find yourself trying to develop like different voices now that you've started voice acting?
I definitely had like some for a while. Like the Southern Belle one was pretty easy to like develop. I never really used it before, but I was like, I bet I could do a Southern accent. I'm from Texas. It's not the hardest thing to do. I hear it all the time, so I can do that one easily. But the British accent, British accent one. So I need some water. The British accent one was a little bit difficult for me to get into, but I did that. And then I've got this other one that's like a Russian accent that I've been working on. I'm always trying to expand the accents
Hmm.
because the more accents I have, the more characters I can do, and the more like collabs I can be in, the more helpful I can be to other people and myself. So
Yeah, man, that is impressive. I am very bad at that. I, so I'm always impressed by people that could like do different accents and keep different characters. And where do you ever do like an audio where it's like you do two voices in the same audio?
yes, I have multiple. I have multiple of doing that. That's actually in the Desiree audio. There's two speakers that I was doing that are very different. One was like a Transylvanian accent, and one was Desiree.
Please, 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 let us hear the Transylvania accent.
Oh, it's so difficult. Hold on. Because it's the first time I've done it. I'd have to go and read some of the script.
Blah blah blah.
I'm sorry. You'd think I'd be used to walking on all this ice and snow, but it
Oh,
still
that's
makes me
so
slip sometimes.
good. That's
that's
so
that's
good.
that's the one that I did today.
Yeah. No, I can totally hear it. That's really good. Yeah. Do you test them
I
out with like your husband, like to get his feedback, like before you record, or is it just like you know that this is gonna kill it?
I do it in the Discord with my friends. I'll hang out, be like, "Hey, what do y'all think of this voice?" And if they respond uh, appropriately, which they usually do, uh, it's great. Then I know it worked out.
Yeah.
Because I was testing, even for Desiree, I was like, guys, should I do a Southern accent for Desiree or should I do a French one? And she was almost French.
Oh, so you have a French accent, is what I'm hearing?
I was gonna work on one, but doing the French accent is a little bit more difficult because it's a lot of like z sounds. So
Mm.
it's something I have to work on a little more.
Yes, as I am constantly being reminded, French is one of those like languages that is just wild out there. Like they have so many sounds that like are very similar, and then the way they like break up some of their vowels with consonants in specific ways, it's an entire deal. But it's an impressive accent. So my question is, you've talked about this Desiree audio that's coming out.
Mm.
That's something that you're excited for. Is there something that you haven't done yet that you are just like moonshot what like let's say you had a month, right? Just like a month to like really try something new. What would it be?
um, Something new, like outside of what I'm doing Currently?
Well, like you take what you're doing currently, right? And you think like, oh man, if I had all the time in the world, I would be able to do this one thing.
Oh, okay. Because I'm gonna get to everything I want to do sooner or later, but
Yeah. Oh,
it's
you
take.
just keep telling yourself that. We all get
Yeah.
there. It's just there's not
I
going
mean,
to be
I've
like
been
three
working
new
on it.
projects.
Yeah, I started 3 projects 2 days ago.
Yeah, no, you're gonna finish it all. You're gonna it's like looking at the Skyrim quest list and thinking this is gonna be clean one day, and it's not. There's nothing.
No, I
Yeah,
would never think that. Not for Skyrim, I wouldn't. Hello, Baron. Please calm down. Yeah, but if I was gonna like focus on a big project that I want to do, it
hmm
would be the this Magical Academy series that I started working on, where it's gonna be instead of multiple listeners, it's one listener, but with multiple speakers. And I've already started writing it, but that one's a very big project that I'm working on.
and that's
That's
gonna
gonna
be
take a
like
lot of
a
time.
video form, or are you looking at a different kind of media?
No, it's the same on my channel. That's where everything goes.
All right. All right, now I have a couple of extras. You mentioned that you used to fall asleep to like an old movie. Is that probably the movie you've seen the most, like in your life?
It was a bunch of movies because we had like a like hundreds of DVDs, but like most notably,
hmm
the Golden Compass.
The Golden Compass. Wow, that's a deep cut. I have not heard that one in a while.
I love that movie, and I actually read the trilogy. I haven't watched the new releases, like his Dark Materials. I haven't watched that, but I have the His Dark Materials book. And then Van Helsing with Hugh Jackman,
Van
and
Helsing.
Anna Valerius is the character I based my Transylvanian accent on.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah. Have you ever run into any trouble with YouTube demonetizing your videos?
No, I've had a couple limited ones where it's like they limited the audio or the monetization, but it was like stuff that's heavily flirty and with some kissing in it.
Okay, yeah.
But there was only like 2 of them that have done that.
Well, that's not too bad. And
Yeah.
like, oh man, I guess like when it's like super flirty, like you kind of like, well, that's just the game. What is the closest you have come to quitting?
I think oh man, I don't think I've actually come close to quitting yet because I've only been doing it for a year and I do it so sporadically. It's hard to say that I've had the idea of quitting.
hmm
I just the main thing is that I wish I could work more. And I feel bad that I don't work as much as I feel like I should, especially for Patreon. I struggle to get like audios out on my regular channel, but like I'm like I have to get at least one audio out on Patreon because people are paying me there.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, like at a certain point, they're also like buying into the back catalog. But was it like a once a month kind of post, or
Yeah,
maybe
that's basically
twice a month,
one
maybe?
once a month, once a month, and I think once I've done twice a month. It's just like when I get it done, I get it done, but I at least do one a month.
It's
I
very
gotta
interesting.
do a vote. Do my best.
Yeah. Um. Finally, last question. Your husband knows, but does your extended family know that you do this YouTube?
Yeah, my mom knows, and like my family know. They don't know about the Patreon, but like my mom knows about the YouTube, and she loves it. She loves it when I show her like the different voices that I do, and I'll show her a video, and she'll look at me and be like, "That's you? That doesn't sound like you." And I'm like, "That's the point. Like that's me. I'm a voice actor."
Voice actress. Yes, you are. Yes, you are indeed. And now we are going to open up questions to chat. Thank you, everyone that has stuck around. I know these are not as interactive between us as it usually is for streams, but I am appreciative of everyone that likes to hang out and listen. It means a lot to us. It really does. Bree, Nayland, Adam, Eve, Serena, thank you so very much. Lindsay, thank you. And Lily, thank you very much. If you guys have any questions you would like to ask Sensory VA Audios, just type them up into chat. And if do you still have time? Like, are you
Oh, I'm
okay on
good.
time?
I got nowhere to be. It's freaking 11 at night. Where am I gonna go?
Well, some people sleep. That's my plans for after this is to go to bed and sleep, not to look at different Roblox worlds and wonder what would make like a good stream. Probably just turn off and sleep. That's my plan.
If you hadn't have brought up Roblox, I might have believed you.
Oh, well, I'm a bad liar anyway.
I'm a bad liar. And not even that, you just out yourself in general.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's why I spend most of my time in invisible on Discord, as people can't see the different games I turn on and boot up. God, what was it? I was messing around with Hearthstone Battlegrounds while I was working on cleaning up some scripts, and
Oh,
people were like, "Oh, I just
Hearthstone.
see that you're just playing. Oh, have you played?"
I used to play the Hearthstone. You're talking about the card game, right?
Well, the card game I used to play, but like it just got too wild for me to keep up, and so I only play like the Battlegrounds version, which is like the free to play uh, auto battler.
Oh, I haven't tried that one. I just love World of Warcraft and Warcraft, so that's why I was like, oh, I like Hearthstone.
Oh,
It's
Nayland,
okay.
Nayland here asks if you would be up for another villain role. Is that just like in for like evil mother kind of thing, or are you asking because like do you do evil villain roles on your channel?
I have an evil villain character that I'm working on. That her video can't come out until all the Russell videos have been filled. But yeah, I have Lyra who's going to be coming out.
Mm, hmm. Actually, someone here asked. Lily asks, "Do you play Roblox? Have you had the time to enjoy the many offerings of Roblox?"
I have not played Roblox, and I would not touch it with a 10-foot pole.
Wow. Wow, really? Such
I don't want to play
shade.
it. I don't.
I understand. Not everything is for everyone. Yeah. Rosa asks, how excited are you to be a goddess slash character with split personality?
Yes, Rosa has a script that I need to do some lines for, and I'm excited. I'm always excited to do collab stuff. And I assume Nayland is asking because they have something for me to do?
It's
Question
possible,
mark?
but now that I know you do accents, the idea of like a Transylvanian evil character just is like it has so many possibilities.
Yeah, put me in, coach. It will be another mean character. Put me in, coach. Again, I will do anything. In my I think in my Discord,
Hmm.
my thing says always open to collab
Oh
because
yeah,
I am.
yeah, I saw that.
Mhm. I'm always open to collab. It's the funnest thing ever.
It is. It really is, and it
I
is.
gotta hit you up for something. You gotta join the SAU.
I am down for it. We can post it. We can post it on your channel. Anything, I will send a script my way, and like doubly quick if you're also willing to edit my outtakes. Just let me do a raw record. Oh my
Oh,
god.
if you leave
Oh
if you
my
leave
god.
bloopers if you leave bloopers in your thing, which I actually ask people to do,
Oh yeah.
they will feature in my blooper videos
Oh yeah. Actually,
because
tell him
I
about
love
the
it.
little innuendos from the Discord. What is the little innuendos from the Discord?
I don't exactly know what Rose is talking about. I don't know which innuendos you're talking about because there's like a million things that happens there. Oh my Baron, leave me alone. Hey, my cat keeps attacking me because I'm not giving him attention.
Yeah, those they will just get all over you. What made you start doing voice acting and or voicing characters?
Oh, yeah, it was I did mention that I had this story, the one that I've transferred into my YouTube channel,
Hmm.
and it mostly stemmed off of, well, I've got this passion, and I'm got this budding passion of listening to all these audios. I was like, I could do that. I don't know if anyone's going to listen to it, but I could do it. Turns out people listen to it.
Of course, of course. Saying so, you mentioned like the editing is something that you look back on, but do you feel like as an actor that you've really improved over the last year?
Oh yeah, God, 100 after a year of doing it, how could you not like approve in some way? Like I know my editing has improved tenfold at least, but like acting in general is something that you grow more comfortable with doing, standing in front of a mic and pretending like the world is going on around you.
Yeah.
And just the small thing like learning where to pause in a sentence for drama is such a big thing in an audio drama. Because if you go too fast, then there's no time to savor what's happening, because all
Hmm.
you have is the audio. You
Yeah.
have to do it right.
Well, you mentioned yourself that you are dyslexic. Do you have any
Yeah.
tricks for dealing with that when you're reading your scripts?
My reading isn't so bad if I wrote it, but while I'm writing, the amount of times I hit the backspace button, I'm surprised it hasn't popped off. I type, and I type pretty quickly, but when I'm watching and like the word pops up red, I'm like, God, and I just click, 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 and go all the way back,
Oh, yeah.
do it again.
I do all my
And
typing into a notepad that has no spell checker because I don't want to see things that I'm typing wrong. It's like
I would
I'll get it on the
cry.
back end, fix it in post.
I just have Google Docs. I just use Google Docs for all my stuff,
Yeah.
where all my scripts are. Oh,
Oliver asks, how many characters slash voices do you have?
that's a great question. Um, are we gonna list them out right now? uh,
Well, I mean, if there's a number, like, it's like, oh, well, I got like 6 accents and 22 characters. I mean, I wouldn't expect anyone to like know off the top of their head, but like a
yeah,
ballpark.
I because because the accents are, like the ones I mentioned before, but I can pitch my voice up and down, just moving the larynx up and down to
Hmm.
to make a different voice. So it just depends. I've got at least 4 or 5 accents, but multiple, way more characters than that.
Whoa. Okay. All right. All right. So we've heard the succubus. We have heard Delilah. What is the highest pitched character that you have?
Olivia, for sure, or Fura, but probably Olivia, because Olivia is the shy librarian
Hmm.
character, and she has like a stutter, and I have to like, I have to physically act when I do different characters because I have to put my body in like a certain position. My name is Olivia, and it's a pleasure to meet you. And please be kind to me.
Olivia, the pleasure is mine. Thank you very much.
That's Olivia. She's a little sweetheart.
Adam Eve is asking, in 10 years, do you still see yourself recording audios?
God, I hope so.
So
The
you
amount
you heard
of
it
like
here first.
dopamine that I get.
You heard it here first. It is just buy 10 years of that Patreon in advance and lock
Please
it in now.
go for it. It'll keep me honest.
Quick Lock Abyss wants to know, what is your favorite kind of script to do?
um,
Because you do a lot of collab, like you do a lot of your own stuff, right? And but
yeah.
for your collabs, there has to be like some kind of I'm not even like preference, but like fond memories of certain styles of audios.
Okay, I've got a couple where uh, I feel like I need to like do again. Like me and Abs did a duo thing where we collabed on someone else's video where we were two bandits who showed up, talked crap, and then got killed. And we were like, we need to be the duo who shows up, talks crap, and gets killed in like every series ever.
Oh, it's like the Jay and Silent Bob kind of like showing up and making a cameo situation.
Yeah, and we want to do more of those because that was so funny. But also just playing villains in general is pretty fun. But Scythe Audios featured me in something where I was turned into a zombie at the end, and I got to
Oh,
voice lines as both this like fighting elfish warrior character and then a zombie as this thing. But it
a
was funny
zombie elf.
because yeah, but I had like to talk still. There's Abs in the chat. But I had to talk still as this elf, and I had like these humorous lines as a zombie, and it was the funniest thing. I love doing stuff that's funny. There's just I love doing everything. I don't know. It's so funny. It's great.
Well, Leslie asks if you had to pick one, let's say one scene from your audios to be animated.
Ooh.
What scene would it be?
Oh, to be animated. I could animate, but God, it takes way too much time and effort. But if I was to have something be animated, that most recent video, not the vampire one,
Mhm.
where I have Captain Percy and Pirate Captain Billbones doing a sword fight while they're yelling at each other. That part was so fun to edit with sound. It would be so cool if it was animated because of like the action and like the sass that they're throwing back and forth at each other.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so fun. It was so good. I loved that part.
Oh, that does sound good. And I think we answered how many accents. It was like somewhere close to six, right?
Yeah, somewhere around
Yeah.
there. Some of them are still in the work in progress, and I'm still working on other ones, but yeah, somewhere around there.
All right. And someone's asked, would you ever voice act for a character in a TV show or a movie? Adam E. Potentially your next talent agent.
I mean, absolutely. What like I don't know a lot of VAs that would say no. Like, of course I would. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Oliver would like to know if you are a fan of anime.
I am. I do like anime. I haven't had a lot of time to watch it recently. I still have like a bunch of series that I'm in the process of watching that I need to go and finish, and then I just start more of them instead of finishing them.
Oh
Like recently,
no.
I started Mob Psycho, and I was like, this will be cool.
Are you watching on Netflix?
Yeah,
Oh man, I
or
keep waiting for the third
or
season to
Hulu
show
or
up on
something.
Netflix because I stopped halfway through the third season. But
I
it
gotta
is
watch
worth
it.
watching. So you're watching Mob Psycho. Have you watched One Punch Man?
Yeah, not all of it. That's one of the ones I still gotta finish.
I mean, but you've seen all of the first season. Like, there's no one that could drop the first season, right?
I think I watched all the first season. Yeah, it
Yeah, that's the important one.
was a
I mean,
while
this,
back.
yeah, it was. Let's see. Someone's asking what a sec. Oh, okay. Aside from the fight scene, some Rosa is asking, what other scene would you like to see animated?
mm, I bet the scene where Pooch in werewolf form goes to rescue Delilah would be cool because he goes and like kills a bunch of hunters uh, with like Delilah in the background, like tied up. And the way I did the scene visually was just a image of Delilah tied up with her cat, comforting her, with
Mhm.
all the terrible sounds in the background of the listener werewolf murdering a bunch of people.
So while Delilah is tied up, does she get any lines, or is it just like saying stuff into a gag?
Yeah, it's like muffled sounds and stuff.
Did you cover your mouth like with your hand, or did you use something else to achieve that?
I think I just used my hand. That was a while ago. I think I just used my hand though.
Oh wow.
can you tell I like action scenes? I think that
I
would.
can, I can, I can. I was surprised to find out that like there was that the hand was so versatile. You know,
Oh
when
yeah,
it can work both as a mouth and as a gag. It
you
is.
need to broaden your horizons
I
there at
do, I do.
UTC.
I need. You know what? I got a pen right here. Let me just add some eyes to my hand right now.
There you
All
go.
right. There, and a little smile and a little tongue out there with a line for the mouth. And I guess what do I do the gag on the other side, or is it like you're biting the knuckles kind of thing? You know what? I'll just draw a ball gag on in the center of the mouth here, and boom! Now it does both. I've got it. It's I'm gonna be smearing purple ink on my face tonight. This is good.
Oh yeah, have fun after the stream, YouTube.
I gotta wash my hands for so long. That was a bit that did not need me to actually do it,
I
and
can't believe you actually did.
I'm dumb like that. I am very much into practical effects. I
I'm
tell
proud of you.
myself they'll be able to know. Like I can't just do this and then then say it happens. No, it has to just actually happen. Because like what if someone can actually hear just me drawing on my skin? And I can't. I have a noise gate. It just probably makes it impossible. But yeah.
Yeah, no, no. We're not in the ASMR space right this second. We can't hear the little
Yeah.
of your of your pen.
Do you do character X? Oh, okay. Do you do any like F for F audio content?
Oh, all my stuff is F for A because I want it to be inclusive.
Hmm.
And I know it doesn't have the same like kick as a directional gender like acknowledgement, but I think for what I do it still works good. But I can keep everything inclusive to everyone, like including non-binary if I just stick to F for A.
Now you don't find yourself like limited by they them kind of because it's a weird thing, right? When you're structuring a sentence with a gendered pronoun, the verbs, not the verbs, but like the articles around it are actually different compared to when you're doing it with like a they. Like, I didn't expect them to be, something, and whereas like I didn't expect her to something like for some reason like there's two or three words in the same sentence have to actually be changed instead of just the pronouns. Is that like
Mhm.
something you deal with, or is it just like you just fall to like pet names and call it a day?
I think that if you how do I say this without sounding pretentious? As a writer, I feel like I am good enough to where it doesn't hamper the story or the listening experience.
Hmm.
Like I got my degree in art, but I took a creative writing class because I'm passionate about writing. I like writing and I like story development and I like character development. And I think that the way that I write portrays the person as the listener as more than just someone who is um, watching through a porthole or like a window, but more as someone who is participating. And that's what I'm going for. I want someone to feel like they're in the world and not just kind of hanging around the space.
Yeah.
So it's like writing is an extension, you know. I use it as this tool to drag people into this world where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna address you as something, but all you got to know is that it's you.
Hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. Do you ever find yourself deviating from the script you write when you're recording?
Deviating from the script. I've added a couple of lines, like I've ad libbed a couple of lines where I'm like, oh, this would be good here,
Hmm.
but that's about it.
Okay, so yeah, it's like really a self-contained process then.
Yeah, yeah, because it's all like, well, I'm writing the scripts. I'm thinking, all right, this is gonna connect to this other script, or this is gonna connect to a script down the line, And like I said, I have the world all in my brain.
Hmm.
It's a crazy web of mess that I understand, but it's in there. And I know how I want to do it, but that's why I've got all the extended universe script fills. God, I love when people fill my scripts. I'm like, oh my God, yes, look at them go. Look at this character.
We got an interesting one from Villain. Have you ever tried to do a male voice for one of your videos?
No, I don't think I don't have that range. I wish I did. I wish I could do a convincing male voice. I
Well,
have
like you
a
maybe
rather
a
mid
voice
tone
changer.
voice. I don't want to use a voice changer. All my stuff is just me. I would like to keep it that way, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. That voice changer is just for,
It
guys
could be
that
a
have
voice
the
changer.
talents, really. People that can't do accents on their own. They need cheap gimmicks like this voice changer. Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. Yeah.
Yes, imagine having to do an accent. It would never be me. God,
Ah,
help.
thank you so very much for coming out today. It is a pleasure to get to know more about your work as well as your process. I have learned more. I am going to not this week, but like it's one of these days when I'm willing to get out of my comfort zone. I look at DaVinci Resolve for my editing. I know that's what I'm going to take away. Probably the most. Your you've been to, I feel like, almost every episode, and I would like to also thank you for your support in constantly showing up and taking the time to grace this channel with your presence. It is always great to see you in chat, and thank you very much for agreeing to be here today.
No problem. Thanks for having little old me on the podcast.
A little. You've got an incredibly large business based around your creativity. I wouldn't say it's little by any means, other than the fact that it's almost undiscovered is probably a better word for it. I remember like early on, I would often get comments as like, like underrated, and then truly here it does make sense. You are a wonderful talent. You do great work, and your art is amazing. I can definitely see um, going to college and doing art now professionally is has really paid off, and um, just expanded your abilities to tell stories.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I have people have said that like in the comments where it's like you deserve more, and I'm like, thanks. I guess it would be cool, but I'm glad that the people I do have are there, and I'm glad that they enjoy it.
They certainly do. Thank you very much for stopping by. We're gonna wrap up the call here, and then I will get to talk to chat for a little while. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
All right. Boop. Hello, howdy, hey. How's it going? Hey, you guys are amazing. Let me say that too, because truly this is one of the cases where, it is someone from chat that has the chance to showcase their talent, and it is because that we have a wide diversity of talent here in chat today. Everyone that showed up, y'all are real ones. You guys are. And to the mods that were working overtime to explain the idea behind the interview, thank you so very much. It would not be possible to do this without you guys, without chat, without the help of the mods, because really it is the way it gets the most eyes. It is um if I were to like I put this out as a video somewhere else, it would not be seen by nearly as many people. But being able to showcase such an inviting chat and such a well-behaved chat as well is one of the reasons why I have the stream avatars out here in the front, is because I trust y'all to behave and do so well. Soshi, I hope you're having a good day. Um, so we're going to take a few minutes here. If you guys didn't catch my secret stream earlier today, I'm sorry. I was streaming on Twitch and TikTok with Roblox Dress to Impress. If you are a channel member, then the VOD is up there. If you're not, the VOD's just on TikTok. No, I mean on Twitch. You can go over there. If you can watch my stream after that, is that okay? Oliver, my plan is to go to bed. Sometimes I turn off the computer so fast I forget to end the stream. But if I am scrolling while you are live, actually, let me just go to channel, go to subscribble, and boom. I assume that's where the live will take place. There we go. So if I am on the YouTubes afterwards, I will definitely check it out. YouTube, I just I can come back to Earth after I heard a good song. Oh, that's a great song. Is good to hear. Actually, is that over here? You know what? This isn't as bad. This is pretty good. This is pretty good. Yeah. It doesn't have the same avatars, but it does. It does have us together. I can see you on screen. Sorry you had a rough week, Soshi. It's gonna get better. That and the week is almost over. Like tomorrow is this Friday, and then I'm too big for that. Oh, what a great day. I have enjoyed spending more time streaming with y'all, especially after assembling the computer. You said fell asleep, Bree. That's totally understandable. It's nice screen. Perfect opportunity to make my friend her birthday gift. Heck yeah. How's my day or night going? It's going great. I was a little nervous. It's been a while since I've interviewed someone, but Sensory was just amazing. I was going to say doll. I feel like that's underselling how great she was. She is a talent in the truest sense of the word. Sensory is a talent and amazing at what she does. Her community is lucky to have her, and we are lucky to count her among our community. I was nervous. You couldn't tell. I tend to talk when I'm nervous, so for me it's a dead giveaway. Maybe I laugh too when I'm nervous. I'm not exactly sure. I did amazing as I was. Everyone did amazing. We all did great. If you would like for me to read off your name and tell you good night, now is the time to put it into chat. Just type it out if you are comfortable with it, and I will tell you good night before I sign off and shut down all technology. I promise myself I will not be on my phone later checking out different Roblox streams, trying to see what people do. I saw some guy is like just giving away free Roblox, but it seems like he also looks for donate. I don't know how that works. I don't know how it works, honestly. Leslie, you have a good night. Lily, good night. Zoshi, have a good night. Deborah, good night. Have a great night. Wonderful night. The best of nights. Every one of you deserves good sleep on the cool side of the pillow. Good night, villain. Even you. Oh, maybe, oh God, what if it's like Villian and I'm doing it wrong like this entire time? Like it's not just Like I think it's like, oh, it's the name's Villain, but it's like Vivian, but with more L's, or like Virian. Like it could be one of those languages that doesn't pronounce L's and it's just like an R instead. Oh God. In the event that I got your name wrong, I apologize to everyone. Let's just do a blanket apology. I apologize for kissing my hand so much, for signing it with this deformed face. Brianna, good night. And on that note, everyone, have a great night. Sweet